guys, it's your boy John the Liquidator back with another live, and it's late, but we gonna get it popping tonight. I don't know which direction this live gonna go, man. I just wanted to come on here and talk to my good people. Now, before we get into this live, I want to give the biggest shout out to Shiloh Sanders for graduating today. We gonna start it off with her graduating today. Shout out to her, Miss Pilar, the Sanders family. I'm about to get it pulled up for you guys right now. Shedeur was definitely in the building. We're going to start the live off there. Shout out to her. Congratulations. I don't know exactly what degree she got, but she did graduate today. So big time congratulations to her, the entire Sanders family. And Shedeur, he graduated last week. It's just such a blessing to see our people escalate and constantly take their life to the next level. Shout out to this young lady for getting her degree. Congratulations to her. And that's how we gonna start off the live tonight, man. We gonna get into Shedeur Sanders. We gonna get into the wide receivers showing love. Todd Monken sick of the games. We're going to talk about Shedeur message again that he put out this morning that we reacted to. And we just going to have fun tonight, man. We going to comment a little bit on some guys that was sneak dissing. You know, I ain't going to say no names, but we going to get to business on them too. You know, you can say what you want. It's going to take a whole lot of running to catch up with me. Over 90 million views across 2 channels. Whole lot of running. You're going to need 1 million super chats to catch up with my type bag. You can keep sneak dissing. You can keep doing all that, what you want, you know, but we going to get into it tonight, y'all. So just like I stated, Shiloh Sanders did graduate today. Shedeur Sanders and the entire Sanders family was in the building. I don't know if Shiloh was there. We're going to talk about Shiloh too a little later in the live, but let's jump right into this. So Boogie was at this event. Shout out to Young Money Sports. Shout out to Boogie. He put this on his Instagram page a few hours ago. This was Shedeur Sanders arriving.
Can I get a quick photo? You ready? We're with you. Win ensemble, come on, guys.
Yeah, all right, go. Y'all on me. Okay, so are we meeting?
Appreciate you. God bless.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Welcome to another night of elegance.
Oh no. Copyright. We gotta cut that off. But yeah, so this is a photo that went viral. Shout out to Boogie once again for capturing this moment for the people, man. It's just a beautiful thing, man. This young lady graduated. Oh, look.
What's up?
It's hard not to. It's real hard not to.
It's not for you.
Hey, real quick, shout out to the good city of Memphis, man. Shout out to Memphis, dog. We get a lot of love down there. Shout out to Memphis. Shout out to Indy. I was just in Indy up on the last live, man, covering the WNBA. Shout out to Indianapolis. And real quick, man, shout out y'all city. Shout out y'all state. Let me know where y'all checking in from. Also, be sure to subscribe to the tribe. Be sure to like the live. And we finna get back into the content, man. Stop giving them haters energy. I know, man, but I'm always speak on, man. I'm never not the person not to say nothing.
I be feeling like the man when I walk through. Hey.
Now, that was Shedeur Sanders. I believe the graduation is over right now. He's headed back to the highways and byways. Safe travels to him, man. He's probably going back to Cleveland. Once again, thanks to YM Boog for sharing that with us. Shout out to Tyler, Texas, man. And I might be coming down there to Texas, man. I got to pull up on some buddies of mine, man. Shout out to Juju Sports. Try to link up with him, do some things, man. Come down there. Shout out to Booby Feaster and all of the guys down there in Texas, man. Now, there has been a lot of news a little bit coming out the good old city of Cleveland. Now, this story right here caught me by surprise, right? Now, before we get into what KC Concepcion said about Shedeur Sanders and Dylan Gabriel, we have to address once again the Cleveland media, man. They playing games again. I told y'all they was going to be playing these games all season long. Now, there was a clip that came out that they insinuated that the Browns possibly could be about to trade Shedeur Sanders. Now, I'm here to tell you, this is a bunch of BS. There's no way in a buffoonery they is about to trade Shedeur Sanders. I just got to keep it 1,000 with you, bro. Shout out to Calvin Bacon checking in for Syracuse, Sco Buffs, New York, man. Shout out to you, man. Now, listen to this, y'all. I want y'all to listen to this real quick. Let me play this for y'all. Let me blow this up. Listen to this.
Yeah, I mean, I think everything when it comes to that quarterback 2 spot, like I said, I think it's Deshaun's job to lose. I don't think, Dylan Gabriel or Shedeur, they don't play well. And let's just say they even match Deshaun. They play just as good as Deshaun. I think they still pick Deshaun. And then I think it's more so just at that QB2 spot. I think you keep your 6th rounder who you just drafted on the roster. I don't think you draft a guy to then cut him unless he just played really bad or whatever that scenario would look like. But that leaves you 1 spot for a quarterback 2 where both guys have actual NFL playing time and started, obviously both in the 2nd year. But if Dylan Gabriel, for whatever reason, goes out and just for situational standpoint, went out and played way better than Shedeur, and Dylan Gabriel's a 2 and Taylor Green's a 3, you have to find a way to move on. But now that's the thing. Whoever that guy is left out, they would love to be able to trade him instead of release him and not get any pieces for him.
Now, this conversation started over them asking, the young man asking them, do he feel like Shedeur Sanders will be traded? Me personally, I got to keep it all the way funky with y'all. I don't believe Shedeur Sanders will be traded at all. Not even a little bit, bro. I don't think in a million years they're finna trade him, at least not this season at all. Not this season. Hell no. There's no way they finna let Shedeur go. Shedeur stuck like Chuck in Cleveland. Right on, bro. Everybody definitely hit that like button, man. Shedeur's definitely stuck in Cleveland. Now, the Browns had their rookie mini camp today. We all know that Shedeur did his last season, and it went well. For the most part, Shedeur balled out. He was leading the quarterbacks in percentage passes and all of that. Now, there was a lot of people speaking about Taylor Green, how the situation was with Taylor Green, and did he perform at a high level? Based off what I see, I just got to keep it real. I'm going to say no. I think they're going to use him in different schemes, just like Todd Monken said, on 3rd down, 4th down, in all different little ways, man. But yeah, now something that just popped up is Uncle Luke. Uncle Luke telling it like it is when it comes to the media and how they do black quarterbacks. Now, I want y'all to listen to what he's saying. Then we going to dissect what he's saying in this clip. Now, listen to Uncle Luke.
The black players should be screaming DEI. Because if you're going to apply DEI to us and say we're not qualified and we just got the job because we're black, and it should be a white person get the job in this white institution, then in this black institution called NFL football, you did not give this qualified black player, Shedeur Sanders, the job, but you gave who had better numbers in college, better academic numbers, better numbers on the field than these 2 guys here. It should be screaming DI. The federal government should be taking any money that they're giving to the Raiders. And where did Ty Simpson go to? The Rams.
Rams.
They should be taking any federal assistance from them. But that's not going to happen because DI only applies to black people.
Now, that was a very powerful statement Uncle Luke just said. Now, I have been one speaking about a federal investigation. The Department of Justice need to be looking into the NFL for discrimination, hate crime, and racist behavior. Because it's no secret that the NFL blatantly, deliberately, steady, day in, day out, make it their business to shit on Shedeur strictly because of his last name and strictly because he is a black brother. We need to be screaming on social media. We need to be screaming online. Contact the Department of Justice to open up a federal investigation into the NFL and the Cleveland Browns, but more importantly, the NFL for that 2025 draft. Because there's no way in hell Ty Simpson should have been the #1 quarterback based off his college stats. We seen it. We know it. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. Let's pull up Ty Simpson's stats, right? Let's pull up his stats in college. I just want to show y'all something because the numbers ain't going to lie to you. The numbers ain't going to lie to you, bro. Ty Simpson's numbers and hold on. We're going to start with Ty Simpson, and then we're going to go to the #1 pick, Fernando Mendoza numbers. Let's pull up Ty Simpson's stats because I believe Ty Simpson went in the first round too. Let's see. Let's see Ty Simpson's stats at Alabama, bro, because we got to talk about this. We have to talk about the buffoonery that the NFL has been having. Let's see. Where's his stats? I want to get it pulled up right now. Where's his stats? Now, I'm not trying to ostracize or talk bad about this young man. Not at all. Not at all. But we have to talk about the numbers because the numbers will not lie to us at all. So Ty Simpson threw for 3,567 yards. Ty Simpson threw for 3,567 yards, and he was taken in the first round. He had 28 interceptions. 28 touchdowns. Hopefully I said that right. So he threw for 3,567 yards and had 28 touchdowns, and he was taken in the first round. Crazy, ain't it? All this is real crazy, right? He was taken in the first round. Now let's pull up Shedeur numbers at Colorado his senior year. Because this is what people don't want to talk about. Shedeur Sanders stats, Colorado. Let's do Colorado. 2024 season. Let's talk about this. In his senior year at Colorado, Shedeur Sanders started 13 games, throwing 4,137 yards and 10 touchdowns. Right? 37 touchdowns. Ty Simpson had 28 touchdowns and threw for 3,567 yards. Ty Simpson did. Now, if you were somebody that didn't know football, right? You was a casual fan, and somebody told you which quarterback out of these two went in the 5th round, you're going to say the dude that threw less yards, the dude that had less touchdowns. Let's do Fernando Mendoza. Let's do Mendoza now, real quick. Now, I told y'all at the beginning of the live, I don't know which direction this live is going to go. I just got to keep it real. I'm what's called freelancing this. I didn't have a sheet or nothing to tell me what I was going to do. So let's see here. Fernando Mendoza, 2025 stats. Fernando Mendoza threw for 3,535 yards, 41 touchdowns, 6 interceptions with a 72 completion rate, right? He was the number 1 overall pick. Granted, he did have more touchdowns than Shedeur, but Shedeur damn near had 1,000 more yards passing than this young man. How in the world did he go in the first round? Number 1 overall pick. I don't know. We have yet to figure that out. Now, something we gonna talk about right now is this right here. Shifting gears here. So this is the message that Shedeur Sanders put out earlier today. And I'm going to read this over again. He said, think about a person's opinions in the grand scheme of life. It means nothing. We often give opinions power when we react to them and make them seem valuable. Why expect anything different from a modern culture that doesn't keep God at the forefront of daily actions? Those who move through life with foul intentions will eventually face the consequences of their ways. The people who truly align with you will understand this perspective in the end. As long as you're walking in your purpose, God should be the only one you seek to please. Powerful, powerful statement from the brother Shedeur Sanders. And I know he's sending this out to like people like me and other people online that highlight the negativity. But I'm the type of person to where if you don't say nothing, should nobody, I mean, it's hard to keep letting these people, because it's almost like cyberbullying what they doing to Shedeur. I think we all could agree that it's like cyberbullying, bro. And it's to the point now where it's very distasteful, disdainful what they doing to this young man. And I just hate this for Shedeur. I truly do, bro, that he got to deal with this. If you would have told me in 2023 and 2022, Shedeur would be having to address media, to address all this stuff, and tell me this, I swear to God, I would think you was lying. There's not a doubt in my mind. I would say, shoot me with a gun. You lying. Ain't no way. Not Shedeur, chin up, chest out, wrist up. Ain't no way that something like this is happening to Shedeur Sanders. Or something like this is even possible to happen to Shedeur Sanders. But for this to be a thing is crazy. Downright crazy to me. And I don't know, man. I don't know. But we definitely need to address it as people that support Shedeur Sanders, because he ain't gonna never say nothing. I knew it got real when Shiloh said something. You feel me? So it is what it is, man. Moving on to another story, we have to talk about KC Concepcion opening up about Shedeur Sanders and Dylan Gabriel. Shout out to the homeboy JK for doing God's work over on X. Let's listen.
Whenever I was up here the day after I had, my top 30 visit, I said what's up to Shedeur and Deshaun. I texted those guys already. I just met Dylan yesterday. Just being able to build and establish this relationship, it's gonna be great. Whenever
me hearing this lets me know Shedeur got the locker room, y'all. Shedeur has the locker room. Shedeur has the locker room. Now, we're going to get to this story too, but Shedeur has the locker room, bro. Period. Now, this was when he first got there.
A 30 visit. I talked with Shedeur a little bit. We talked. And then after the draft, I texted Shedeur. I told him, I'm ready to work.
Yep.
Actually, while I was here on my 30.
Shedeur got the locker room, so they can say whatever they want. They can feel however they want. The Browns gonna go with their move. We already know. Continue to go on with this trend.
Shiloh said that she should go make a sandwich.
That's a man making a comment on social media. That's someone reporting.
This is why Shedeur Sanders was on the board in the 5th round, everybody. The
Shedeur
Sanders
Sanders
are proving why the NFL was right.
NFL told other, don't draft him because we're going to make an example out of him.
Hey, Mary Kay Cabot's a legend. She's not just speaking like nonsense.
He's got a computer-like brain.
Gabriel hit as he throws.
He's mobile. He can zip around out there.
After the Browns timeout, Gabriel rushes on.
Shedeur Sanders is viewed by the NFL as a spoiled brat.
They don't like when guys have brands, especially black players. And that's mostly us with the brand. We kind of, some guys are flashy and all that kind of stuff. They don't like that.
Doing stuff like this, his speeding.
Speeding, huh? When it comes to speeding, I mean, damn, there's a whole bunch of us, regardless of age.
These are the reasons people didn't want to deal with it.
I didn't make that up. That's true.
Shiloh said that she should go make a sandwich.
That's a man making a comment on social media. That's someone reporting.
This is why Shedeur Sanders was on the board.
So y'all see it? Y'all seeing the same trend I see? A whole lot of buffoonery. But moving on to another story, and this is something that I really want to talk about with you guys because everybody want to know, what is Shiloh going to do? What is going to be Shiloh's next move, right? And Shiloh addressed his next move. Shiloh spoke about it all. Shiloh told us what his next possible move is. And this one was a shocker to me because it's damn sure ain't football. But when it comes to Shiloh, he going to always figure out a way to get to the back and stay relevant. He proven that time after time again. Shiloh don't care what the media say. Shiloh going to stand on principles. I love Shiloh for that. Shiloh going to speak out against the buffoonery because somebody got to say something. I am sorry, bro. So I will always believe in that. Somebody going to say something. And this is what Shiloh just said. Shout out to Gucci for retweeting this. Listen to this.
If I don't get picked up by a team, I probably would I'm either going to take boxing serious. I'm going to try to play basketball overseas.
I ain't gonna lie, you can play overseas.
Yeah, I can play basketball overseas. If I don't get picked up by a team, I probably would I'm either going to take boxing serious. I'm going to try to play basketball overseas.
I ain't gonna lie, you can play overseas.
So Shiloh is letting me know what his next move is. He's either going to play basketball overseas or he's going to become a boxer. I probably think he's probably going to become like one of them content creator boxers, the Aiden Ross type deal. But at the end of the day, he going to get to the bag. He going to make himself relevant. Now, real quick, there was a situation that happened online with Dream Dial. Now, Shedeur actually reacted to this. Listen to this, y'all. I want to play y'all this real quick.
For rich or for poor. So I want the daddy or Shedeur. My biggest problem is Da Vinci or Dior. Tell me, nigga, is you stingy or you poor?
Now, Dream Doll referenced Shedeur Sanders in her new single, Richer or for Poor. Do I want the daddy or Shedeur? Now, Shedeur reacted to this. Shedeur said, hold up, what you mean by that? Dream Doll said, at Shedeur Sanders with the halo emoji. Is she doing the Yo Gotti shooting her shot right now? Because it definitely looked like she is. It definitely looked like she's shooting her shot at Shedeur. Point blank, period. And I just think this is the funniest but real thing ever, bro, because she probably is being for real with this. Now, Deion Sanders Jr. dropped this about an hour ago. Let's listen to this.
Be cautious and be careful how you treat people. You got to have a good name because you never know who's who. You never know who works for what. You never know who's going to be what. You know, you gotta treat a janitor like a king. You gotta treat a janitor like a queen. You know, you gotta treat the lowest like the highest and the highest like the lowest. You gotta treat everybody equal. Always. Because, you know, that janitor could be the CEO of the company tomorrow. So,
hey, real quick, I want to stop this. It's crazy Deion Sanders Jr. speaking about this. I got a story for y'all. When I was covering the Colorado Buffaloes, there was some guys that was like, little YouTuber. I think I might have been at like 15,000 subscribers. Like I was climbing up the ranks. Deion Sanders Jr., I was covering them getting on a bus. Drove past, seen me recording. Reverse backwards. Get out the car. Well, no, he ain't get out the car. Stops. Tells me to come here. Say, what's up, John? Keep going. That was one of the first interactions. I seen him again. Pull me to the side. John, keep going. One thing I can say about this gentleman right here, oh, he real. He real. He was raised right. He stand on principles and morals. Deion Sanders Jr. is one of the realest people in the content game I've ever met. He telling the truth when he says you never know who that little guy might turn into. Ever. Ever. I was blackballed from Colorado. We all know it, like from back when. It's a lot that went into it. But I was. I later on became one of the biggest people that covered them. Garnered over 50 million views. You never know who that guy might turn into. Always remember that, man. Always remember that, man. I ain't lying.
you gotta treat everybody right, because you just never know who's who. And it's a blessing. You treat people right, you know they can make something happen for you. Then I would have had to just sit down at that DPS and wait for my name to get called. Also, another story that everybody don't know about, when I was leaving prep school and I committed to SMU, I signed on my visit. Coach Phillips offered me, he gave me a scholarship. I signed on my visit. Like I said, you only need 6 months, so you play the season and cool, you can go off to your college. But as I'm trying to go, SMU looks at the clearinghouse thing, and it said like I was flagged because, never told this, I was never told this ever in my life. They said I was flagged and I couldn't enroll until I completed this one class, because they said the class got flagged because they changed my grade from an F into a B. So they thought it was like something going on. Your grade got changed. So, which everybody knows that plays sports in high school. I hate it's stupid saying this, but everybody knows that plays sports in high school that you always failing until the last day or the last week of the semester. Then the teachers let you turn everything in, and then your grade goes up to a B or A. It's just okay. It's a lot of assignments that was missed. I'm tripping. Let me just do them. So they give you all the little papers to do, and you turn them back in, and they grade your papers, and now you got a B or A. I say all that to say I couldn't enroll in December because I had to complete that class. So I had to wait until the summertime to start at SMU. But as my dad was traveling somewhere that same week or the next week after, my dad traveled through the airport, and the guy he met, you know, my dad be on his own time, and he don't really just talk to a lot of people, because he's been Deion Sanders forever, bro. And eventually you get tired of that shit. Like, bro, I just want to fly, and like I don't want to just be asked for pictures and just interviewed the whole time. But I guess he was in a good mood that day, thank God. And he talked to the black dude. The black dude was like, yeah, blah, blah, you know, you paid for my dinner years ago or something. You did something, like you did a good deed for me. You was nice to me back in the day, like years and years and years ago. I just wanted to say I appreciate you. And my dad was like, oh man, I don't remember that, but that's cool, blah, blah. My dad's like, so what do you do? What are you in the airport for? Where are you about to go? He's like, yeah, I work for the NCAA clearinghouse. Like, that's what I do. That's what we're flying somewhere because we got to do something. And my dad's like, dang, that's crazy. My son's having this problem with the clearinghouse because they said his grade isn't this or that. And the dude said, bro, that's crazy, because that's the department that I run. I can get that handled for you ASAP. And I said, bro, God is like,
back.
Bro, be stuff like that. That's like, bro, God is really amazing, dog. Like, How? Why would this one action from years and years and years and years ago affect something years and years and years later? One action that a person forgot they even did. It's just a blessing, bro. So, bro actually got a handle for me. And I was able to enroll in SMU in January. Me, my bro Ajay, everybody. Adam Wahid, Adam W on Instagram. He was one of my roommates. Miles Crosby was one of my roommates. His brother Max Crosby. And Ajay was one of my roommates, which he's always with Ryan Garcia. That's how I met Ryan. That's crazy. Us four went out to do great things.
Bro, y'all, I really hope y'all paid attention to what Deion Sanders Jr. was the moral of this story. The moral of the story is treat people with kindness and treat people with respect, because you never know who that person might be, never know who they might be connected to. That was a profound hell of a story, bro. I can't even lie to you at all, not even a little bit. But I don't know, man. I just been looking at life through different glasses. You know what I'm saying? Especially like on this YouTube thing, man. I've been doing this stuff for so long. But it's people like Deion Sanders Jr. Without him, I wouldn't be where I'm at, man. So I just want to thank him. And I ain't gonna keep y'all too long. I got some stuff that I'm doing tonight, but definitely let me know what you guys think about the live down in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think about the channel. Also, we on the road to 30K, trying to get to 30K before the end of the month. And, we might get it. We might not get there. I don't know. But always remember, y'all, keep God first. We're going to keep putting BTA to this media team up there in Cleveland. And until next time.